Oraclepressions! What's up, acolytes, and welcome to my first Oraclepressions of the year in One Piece Odyssey. And as you can clearly see in here, we are doing the Oraclepressions a little differently than usual. Hope none of you are mad about it.
You can't keep getting away with it!
So I kinda know about One Piece and its Straw Hat crew, but that's from like 2002, like the 10 episodes I watched, and I never expected to turn into this amount of episodes. Ain't nobody got time for that. Gladly though, this is the original story set in the One Piece universe, and this is like the first 2 hours I managed to record. Yeah, still on the island. So this game was announced like not that long ago, which is quite surprising, and obviously it is published by Bandai Namco, which seems to be the kings of making anime games at the moment. But the stranger thing is that it's not made by Cyber Connect itself, but an entirely different studio. I'm guessing they're working on about 10 Naruto games at the moment, that's their thing. So let's set sail into the Oraclepressions of One Piece Odyssey. So the story for the Straw Hat crew here, or at least in my playtime, the gang discovered a mysterious new land that's been cut off from the rest of the world, and by the likes of it, these fancy bearded looking gentlemen soon talking look like they seeked it too. And I really know what products they use to even look like this. Talk about drip. So the island dragged Luffy and the crew in and wrecked their ship, and now they're stranded and separated. Well, somewhat most of them managed to stay together. One drowned, but he seems to be already dead. After rescuing Nami from Donkey Kong's more creepy relative who clearly wanted to do bad things to her,
the world's largest love machine.
they must figure out how to get off the island while losing their powers just a tiny bit. This was the game's way of starting you at level 1, and it was a big brain move. So with the help of E.T. and Marek from Yu-Gi-Oh!, they must work together to gather the cubes with their lost power and escape this island. Well, I assume they do, as you see him later in this cool Arabian looking town running about like they're with Indiana Jones.
You can't do this to me, I'm an American!
So I assume there's more to the story as time goes on, so for an original AA experience from One Piece, it's shaping up to be a fun adventure. For weebs though who adore subs, they legit have no English option at all and everything is in Japanese.
体を食いちぎられてなくてよかったわ。
いや怖えよ。そんな想像してたのかよ。おい待てよルフィ。しょうがねえ。俺もついていってやる。
みんな全身バラバラに砕け散っていないといいけど。
Dear God, it's beautiful.
So out of this entire crew, I only know 3 people, which is Luffy, Zoro and Nami. And last time I saw Nami, she looked like a small pirate thief. Now she looks like Amaranth, and she was straight up animated. And tons of booty. So you basically have a party to come with you on your adventures, but never see him with you at all apart from cutscenes in certain parts of the game. Like the treehouse and the beginning beats. They're invisible most of the time, which is disappointing. This is a weird crew in itself, as they have a straight up talking deer. The Hunters and Bambi don't see this. Little Wayne if you use shoes with Pinocchio, Frankie who always skips leg day, and many other colourful characters. Reminder, I don't watch this series so I wouldn't know most of them. Luffy is the main character you play as obviously, and the one you interact with most. And the most friendliest pirate captain you'll ever meet. So he has powers to swing from vines and smash walls like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah!
So not much to say about him, as the rest of the gang rely on Luffy to be aspiring like a true captain in tough situations. You know, like losing their powers at that time being.
Well, we're waiting.
Zoro is your Japanese swordsman for today's anime game. Hope he serves you well.
You wanna see me do it again?
Yep, he can cut through metal. So I'm assuming each crew member has a role here and he's the fighter of the crew. So he spends most of his time fighting with Sanji.
誰が迷子だ。
おめえだよクソマリモ。
おう、ご苦労。
お前じゃねえよクソ剣士。
All right, everyone, chill.
Yeah, I don't get why they hate each other. So his always use of the party is kick monkey butt. Trust me, you'll be fighting a lot of them.
Monkey! Monkey! Monkey!
And cutting your way through obstacles that Luffy can't get past. So Nami went from looking like that friend who pets all the local cats and plays with dolls to looking like a real snack. I mean, I'm looking respectfully as I can. So I assume Nami is the resourceful one still of the group, as a weapon of choice like a large baton stick, and feast style abilities like blowing kisses to distract the enemy. She makes the most epic faces though as well. So is it Nico or Nico?
Nico, it's Roman. Let's go bowling.
If you thought one boober wasn't enough, we have another boober. Nico, though, I'm pretty sure the scientist or archaeologist of the group.
ノックアップストリームで飛ばされてきたのかもしれないけど。
So I assume he's a smart boober. These are the characters I have no clue about, but you can use their devil fruit powers to conjure up arms, hands and more hands.
ドスフルール。グラップ。
I have a mighty need!
You can also change all the characters' outfits too, and Nico's is a latex covered babe with thighs that I wish I could crush my entire neck. Like, look at them! Sanjay I know a little about. I think he's a womanizer, but he has a thing for Nami here. Also, he's a ship cook and he can collect ingredients in this game for him to make. You know what that means.
I've come up with a new recipe.
Sanjay also has the best trip of being the most fancy looking in the group, and from combat, has the only known elemental attacks I believe. He uses fire, but he's a chef, so he's cooking, so let him cook. I don't get what Usopp's role in this group is, but from a lot of interactions he seems to be quite cowardly.
It's the curse. It's a curse. Beware of the curse.
He also uses a slingshot in battles, so he has that going for him. Frankie, Larry the lobster looking arse here, didn't come with the rest of the crew and stayed rebuilding the ship. Well, a cool looking character, we didn't get to know him much, but hopefully once I play the game more, we do. So while being a talking deer, Chopper is a legit doctor of the entire crew, which are noted in the battle as his abilities can help and heal others. You can also use him to get into little small spaces and crevices to reach places the others can't get to. And while I was playing as him, he has the ability to talk to the animals of the island.
あいつら海賊出て行けって言ってたないけど食欲はあるみたいだ
訳してくれるか
俺サーベイみんなドクターサーベイと呼ぶ俺海賊嫌いでもお前ら助けてくれただからいいものを私
So for a really random character, he's the legit most useful of the group and helpful. Be careful of any poachers though. Brooks apparently a skeleton, and his body went down with the rest of the ship and now in ghost form. Oh no, that's all for him so far, but he likes saying this.
私はここですよ
Y'all forgot this was an RPG too, didn't ya? Yeah, it's somewhat of a simple but fun one. It's not too complicated like KOTOR or far too easy and boring like the recent Assassin's Creed games. Looking around is fun, but getting around though... What the? Yeah, I don't get why the running is so slow even when it's going fast. It's like a snail's pace. Exploring is super fun in this game as you can go through caves, coves, forests, ruins and more.
Oh my!
You can collect a bunch of different ingredients too, like ogre onions.
We both have layers.
And the most weirdest items you have seen too. The leveling system is pretty simple too, as you can gain XP from fights and missions to get stronger. So for an RPG it's not hard to grasp while being pretty fun. So the fighting system is pretty simple. So simple that little Tommy who can't count to 10 in the corner over there can easily get it. But sadly, he still won't be able to count to 10. It's a turn-based system, so you go first, then the enemy, then you, then the enemy, and you again.
After you. Oh no, you first.
And you can either choose a normal attack, a special ability, or heal a downed ally. It's basically playing Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest for those that enjoy this type of fighting in video games. By the way, I spammed Luffy's Gum Gum Gatling like crazy. So the combat is pretty fun, and at the end, your allies comment on how well you did. So is it worth getting? If you're already a huge One Piece fan and love to experience the original story with your favourite characters while having a fun and engaging gameplay, then it's right up your street. If you're not a big fan like me, but still like the characters, it could persuade you into getting into the anime. But considering the amount of episodes it has, it's unlikely for newcomers. So either don't buy it or wait for a sale when it's cheaper. So far, it's pretty fun for an AARPG experience, and myself is eagerly waiting and forward to what happens next, and all the new places to explore. Hopefully an epic adventure awaits. See you for the next Oraclepressions. Hey, you want some cool merch? Then head down to my Teespring store where all these designs are made by me, ranging from mugs, hoodies and t-shirts, and even from catchy slogans that I have made myself. Oh yeah, some tasty stuff. Get it all today.